In this video, we'll be going over recursion, which is a method of solving a problem where the solution depends on solutions to smaller instances of the same problem. In the context of algorithms, this is achieved using a recursive function, which is simply a function that calls itself. Let's illustrate this using a simple example. Here we have a task to find the factorial of a number using recursion. Now to solve this, we would take 4 steps. First, we identify a base case or base cases. We build up recursive cases and we return the outputs where needed, and we gradually get closer to our base case. So let's create a simple factorial function called calculate factorial, which takes a number. I'm using an arrow function which is part of ES6. Now we check if the number supplied is less than 0. If it is less than 0, we simply return a -1. However, if the number is equal to 0, we return 1 because the factorial of 0 is 1. And the last condition is where we actually check for factorial of numbers greater than 0. So we return the number times calculate factorial of the number minus 1. I will do a quick run through of what we're doing here using a simple game. But in the meantime, let's calculate the factorial of a couple of numbers. So we call the calculate factorial function with seed the number 5, and I'm using the inbuilt terminal in Visual Studio Code, so I simply run this using node and the name of the file, which is index.js, and I get 120, which is the factorial of 5. We could also try this using, for instance, the factorial of 3, which is 6. Now a quick run through of what actually happens. Let me close the terminal. I would run through this using how the execution occurs behind the scenes in JavaScript called stack. So I would paste the function on the right side. So when the function is invoked here with the value 3, we call it with 3. We go into the body of the function, we check the first condition. If it is true, it's false. We check the next condition, which is also false, and we proceed to the else part. Now we calculate the factorial of num times factorial of, we return num times factorial of 3 minus 1, which is in this case basically 3 times factorial of 3 minus 1, which in essence is calculating factorial of 2. Now we'll continue looping. I would use I will basically mark where we are leaving off here. We'll proceed to the next iteration, which in this case is 2. So num in this case becomes 2, and none of these conditions are also met, so we go to the else part, and now num would be 2 times factorial of 2 minus 1, which is 1, and we also continue. So this is basically what is happening behind the scene in the JavaScript call stack. So num in this case is 1. Now the first condition is not met, the second condition is not met as well, so we proceed to the else part, and what we have here now is 1, which is num supplied here, times calculate factorial of 1 minus 1, which is basically factorial of 0. So we pop this off the stack, and this is where we left off, and there is no other execution to be done here, so we also pop this off the stack, and we proceed to where we left off here as well. There is no other thing to be done, so we also pop this off the stack and return the final value of the factorial, which in this case is 6.